About 3 weeks ago, I came out to a location near to Alcoi in search of autumn colours, and it turned out I was a little bit too early. Most of the leaves were still green, and on that particular trip I had planned to go to another location as well, but because I was too early for the autumn colours, I decided to skip it and leave it for a few weeks. Well, it's 3 weeks later, so I've decided to come out again near to Alcoi. This time I'm at the Via Verde, or the Greenway, which is an old railway line converted into a trail for walking, running, cycling. And I think we might have just a hint of autumn colours, maybe down in kind of the valley areas. So I'm actually going to be taking a detour off of the green route to see what I can find, and if the autumn colours don't pan out, I'll see what else I can do. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. So that way up there is the Via Verde, and up there in the distance, well, not that far in the distance, there's one of the tunnels. But I'm going to go down this path here. So if my memory serves, and it may not, this path here will take me down through some wooded area surrounding or nearby some old factory buildings, old ruined factory buildings. And I seem to recall when I came past this way once before, it looked like there was deciduous trees. It was winter when I did it, and I'm pretty sure there was lots of leaves on the ground, so I'm hoping we might find something. Okay, you've got something here. Forestal route. Okay. Quite a pretty little woodland trail. There's definitely some yellows and oranges in the trees. Okay, I've been following this trail for a while now. I think there was a fork at one point, and I think one side of it would have taken me up to the top of the bridge. On the other side, which is the one I ended up following, took me right down to the base of the bridge. So I'm actually just gone under the bridge now. The bridge is now behind me over there, and I'm still not finding anything. The problem I'm finding is, I'm finding trees with some nice yellow leaves on. Nothing particularly stunning colour-wise, but pretty enough. And I'm even finding some with some nice light on. But I'm just not getting a composition that works, because what I'm finding is, I might find like a nice path leading through to some trees with some nice colour, but then like one side of the scene it's just sky, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't balance for me. But we'll keep on going. The problem I've got now is I've got no idea how I get back up to the top of the bridge, if that's where I want to end up. So I don't know if I've got to backtrack and walk back for half an hour, which will be a bit of a swine, but I'm hoping that at some point there'll be a path that leads me back around, because it might be that a view looking down will be better than trying to shoot from inside the woodland area. So I did go up. I think one of the challenges I often find with any kind of woodland photography is that woodland photography is inherently chaotic and a bit messy, And my normal style of photography is all about trying to simplify things to get, you know, clean, tidy images. And I just have to rethink that a bit. And I've got a scene here which I think might work because it's got some interesting contrasts and shapes. So what we've got up here is a tree with some nice yellow leaves on it, turning quite nicely. Behind them, the background is much darker green leaves. Now I did climb up onto the hill that this is standing on. It's just a little bit of a scramble up. But the problem is it gets me too close to the tree, which puts too much, you know, I'm having to angle the camera up too much, putting too much sky in. And I want to try to avoid that. So what I've done is I've put on my 70 to 200 lens with a vertical orientation. Basically chop off the top of the tree, because the top of the tree goes up into the blue sky. And there's nothing I can do about that from this angle. Even if I had, you know, another 2 or 3 feet on the tripod, it wouldn't help. And as I said, going up onto the hill makes it worse. So I'm going to chop the top of the tree off and just concentrate on the shape and the colour contrast. Found a way across the stream. It's actually the river, but it's only really a trickle. But I found a bridge across, and I'm now higher up, come out of the deeper part of the valley, and from up here I can see, I think, one of the things that was causing me problems, and that is the trees down in the valley. The branches on them don't start until you get very high up. So that's why I was struggling to have the colours but not have a load of sky. So I've been going up a hill, a bit out of breath. Flattening out now, and I'm hoping this path is going to eventually take me to the end of the bridge of the Seven Moons, and then we'll see what options we've got from up there. There's the bridge of the Seven Moons. And there's some trees in front that have got some nice yellow tones in. There's a mountain in the background. Actually a fairly nice cloudy sky. There might be an image to be shot from here if I can get the composition right. It probably will have to be from pretty much where I'm standing, because if I move, I'm going to lose the view. Okay, here's my composition. Colours aren't showing up very well, but here we've got trees with some nice orangey tones and yellow tones, the bridge and the mountain in the background, and then quite a nice sort of textured sky. And right now the sun's breaking through, so it's going to put some light on the scene, and that's going to make it pop a lot more. I'm just going to wait for that light to come through as strong as I can get it, and then I'll take the shot. I was having a problem from up there. There's loads of twigs and things sticking up and spoiling the bottom of the image, so I just moved down to this bit of ground here. Solves that problem. The light never really broke through that strongly, but it did just put a little tiny bit of a, you know, a warm glow on the sort of yellow and orange leaves and on the scene in general. I think it could look quite nice. Right now I am heading for the bridge. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get a great sunset. It's too much cloud, but you never know, we might just get some colours in the sky as the sun dips down. I've come up onto the bridge. This is the bridge of the Seven Moons, and this is giving me a view down the valley that I've just walked down, and I can see the whole line of trees with the nice sort of yellow and orange and golden colours on, kind of wrapping all the way around. I was going to go further that way, but then if I do that, then kind of the curve of colour gets broken part way through, so I've decided to stay this side and try and get a curve coming in bottom left and kind of snaking through the scene. The sky is very bright. I don't really want to use grads because there's lots of mountainous sort of scene up there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot one exposed for the shadows, which will be 1/6 of a second. So we'll now dial it back and do one exposed for the sky. There is no way I can get a sunset shot looking across the bridge towards sunset, even if we get any kind of sunset tones, which is looking doubtful. But I've come down this way as far as I can and still have a reasonable view of the bridge. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to shoot a pano. The idea is to have the mix of the sort of yellowy gold and green foliage running along under the bridge, with the bridge going across the scene, and then behind that we've got mostly green hills on, up onto the mountain beyond. No sky. I don't want any sky in there at all. Tripod's level. I've leveled the camera. I've got the 70-200 on at, I don't know, 95, 100 mil, something like that. And I'm just going to shoot as many shots as I need to get all the way across. To be honest, I wasn't convinced. In fact, I was 95% sure we weren't going to get much in the way of a sunset. And as it's now past sunset and nothing much has happened, I think I'm pretty safe on that one. As for any more autumn colours, well, there's one more location I could maybe try and go to, maybe in a week or so's time, see what that looks like. I'll see how the schedule goes. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, likes, shares and comments, all really appreciated and really helpful. If you've enjoyed this and you're new here and you want to see what else I get up to, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye.